Hello guys, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. Alright, so I want to talk about Apple in this article. The link will be down for you in the description in case you want to read it. It's from Light Reading, and the author is Mike Dano. Mike does a lot of the articles for Light Reading, and he usually brings a good article. That's why I like to report anything he does. So this one is really good because it involves Apple and 5G. So Apple is giving the private wireless 5G industry a helping hand. All right, article came out today. Apple's over support for private wireless 5G networks, revealed through its new iOS 17 operating system, represents a step forward for the sector. All right, there was a statement made by Mahet Yavuz, who is the co-founder and CTO at private wireless networking startup in Salona. And apparently they told Light Reading it shows that Apple is paying attention to private 5G, which is a good thing. One executive speaking on the condition of anonymity explained that Apple's support for private 5G networks could make such deployments more flexible and versatile for enterprise customers. Without Apple's support, customers would need to unlock their iPhones before connecting them to private wireless networks. Others are offering some caution regarding Apple's influence on the industry. Our initial impression is that it adds credibility to the private 5G movement, wrote analyst Stefan Pongratz of research and consulting firm Del Oro Group. In response to questions from Light Reading, at the same time, it is not a game changer, and we are not making any material adjustments to the forecast as a result of this announcement. Del Oro earlier this year reported that private wireless is not materializing as fast as initially expected. The system has put pressure on private wireless vendors ranging from Verizon to Federated Wireless. The improved support by Apple is more of a nice to have for a smaller part of the broader private 5G market at this juncture, Pongratz explained. So we're awaiting an update. Apple in June took the wraps off its new iOS 17 operating system for iPhones and iPads. It will be released to users later this year. The new OS supports private data-only cellular networks, including those on LTE and 5G. According to Apple's iOS 17 support page, the platform now supports SIMs or eSIMs provision for private wireless networks. It also allows customers to select preferences for cellular or Wi-Fi connections on those networks, which you can use a geofence to control when users connect to such networks, and to support network slicing when 5G standalone networks are available. According to Yavuz, the Salona executive, the ability to set preferences for cellular or Wi-Fi connections is important because current setups require private wireless customers to, in some cases, turn off Wi-Fi since that's often an iPhone's default connection mechanism. He said that with iOS 17, Salona customers will be able to force users' traffic on their private wireless network without needing a secondary app. As for geofencing options, Yavuz said it's a clever solution to the problems users find in roaming on and off private networks. He said that phones can currently use too much battery while constantly searching for nearby networks. By setting a geofence, phones can quickly connect to the proper private wireless network via their location without constantly checking for that network. We have quite a few enterprise customers using iOS devices, Yavuz said. For those customers, these features are really, really important. He added that Android phones can support many of these functions, but such features are often contingent on the gadget's manufacturer rather than the platform itself. Moving forward, Apple's acknowledgement of private wireless is an important step for the market, explained Omdia principal analyst Pablo Tomasi. In response to questions from Light Reading, Omdia and Light Reading are owned by the same company, Informa. Yet it should not be seen as the beginning of a marked acceleration, Tomasi wrote. A leading smartphone manufacturer embracing private 5G is obviously positive news. However, many key verticals for private 5G are harsh environments that require specific devices. This announcement will not have a huge effect, he says. Tomasi continued, overall, the main benefit of this is in the fact that anytime a big company or leader in its own field supports private 5G, This contributes to reaffirm the importance of the market and eventually brings new players, vendors, and OEMs closer into the private 5G world. He says, I think this is exciting. It's great for the whole private 5G ecosystem. So there you have it. There's the article. Link will be down below in the description for you guys. How do you feel about this? I mean, obviously, it's not a major impact to the industry. It's good to see that Apple is involved and they're already making updates to reassure that everything will be working as intended. But I think it's cool to see Apple, getting involved with it. I don't really have much more to say on it other than the fact that private wireless is definitely not something that's been very easy. We know that T-Mobile has had some major success working on this so far. Verizon has also done some good things regarding this. We'll definitely keep hearing more and more about this because this is definitely a major player, okay, for a lot of industries, schools, businesses, security firms, Private wireless is definitely something that we're definitely going to see a lot more of. And T-Mobile has been specifically on record to say that that's a lot of what they want to do with their 5G is build out more private wireless networks, for industries. So, yeah, we'll definitely be hearing much more about this. Good to see that Apple is involved, and I'm sure we'll be hearing about Samsung and other players getting more involved with this as well as they find their way to work with carriers, creating a bigger, stronger private wireless network for many companies and businesses and schools and first responders. We'll be hearing a lot more about that, I'm sure. All right, guys. As always, I want to thank you for stopping by and watching. Much appreciated. Please be sure to hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and turn on your notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I drop a new video regarding any one of these wireless carriers and wireless news updates. Thank you so much and have a good one. Bye for now.